Number 1. Your smile is a lie detector. Ever notice how a fake smile feels like dragging a dead squirrel across your face? That's not just your social anxiety acting up, it's your facial nerves throwing shade. Specifically, the facial feedback hypothesis, which basically says, your face is tattling on your feelings and your brain listens. You see, your facial muscles, especially the ones around your mouth and eyes, aren't just puppets dancing to emotional strings, they're snitches. When you smile, even if it's fake, your facial nerves send signals back to your brain that whisper, hey, things must be chill, look, we're smiling. And your brain, it just kind of believes them. This means if you're having a garbage day, but you force a smile like you're in a toothpaste commercial, your brain starts to release little emotional bribes. Dopamine, serotonin, a bit of you got this, champ, all because you're flexing the zygomaticus major like it's gym day for your cheeks. But here's the twist. Real smiles, the ones that crinkle your eyes like a toddler drawing, actually use different muscles than fake ones. Your brain can tell the difference. So if you're just yanking your mouth into a Joker grin without those sweet crow's feet, you're not fooling anyone, least of all yourself. Basically, your face has a feedback loop, and it's a petty one. It rewards authentic vibes and punishes emotional cosplay. Number 2. Panic buttons in your face. Here's a nightmare you didn't ask for. Your face can make you panic. Not the bad selfie kind of panic. I'm talking real, sweaty-palmed, fight-or-flight chaos. Why? Because the trigeminal nerve, a chunky nerve with major main character energy, connects your face to the deepest emotional caverns of your brain. This is the nerve responsible for transmitting everything from a gentle breeze tickling your cheek to the burning regret of popping a zit right before a date. But it's also connected to something called the locus coeruleus. Sounds like a Harry Potter spell, right? It's actually a core part of your brainstem that handles stress responses. When it gets activated, by, say, facial pain or cold exposure, it cues up adrenaline and cortisol like it's preparing for the apocalypse. So when you splash cold water on your face and suddenly feel weirdly alert or even anxious, that's not magic. That's your trigeminal nerve hitting the big red panic button upstairs going, wake up, we might be dying. Even weirder, this is the same circuit used in the diving reflex, the reason cold water on your face slows your heart rate and makes you calmer. So the same nerve that freaks you out also chills you out, depending on mood, context, and how close you are to a polar bear. Your face is basically a stress DJ scratching between emergency alert and spa day at random. Number 3. Mirror neurons hate your face. Ever watched someone yawn, and suddenly your mouth opens like you've been possessed by a sleepy ghost? That's not just empathy, that's your mirror neurons syncing up like Bluetooth but for emotions, and your face is their favorite dance floor. Mirror neurons are brain cells that activate when you do something or when you watch someone else do it. So if you see someone frown, your brain's like, not on my watch, and you start frowning too, even if you're having an okay day. Because emotional contagion is real, and your facial nerves are on the front lines. It's why people instinctively copy each other's expressions in conversation. Not because we're trying to be creepy, but because our brains think mimicry equals bonding. Smile when they smile. Grimace when they grimace. Basically, your face is a social sponge soaking up vibes whether you want to or not. So yes, your coworker's constant scowl is ruining your mood. Science says so. In short, your facial nerves are emotional spies, constantly taking notes from everyone else's drama and faxing it straight to your emotional center. No wonder group therapy is exhausting. Number 4. Botox versus Brainstorm. Okay, here's where it gets really weird. Paralyzing your facial muscles can change how you feel emotions. Yes, like emotionally. Enter Botox, the injectable wrinkle assassin. When people get Botox in their forehead or around their eyes, something bizarre happens. They become slightly less emotional, not just in how they look, but in how they feel. Why? Because blocking those facial muscles also blocks the feedback loop to the brain. If your face isn't frowning properly, your brain might not register sadness quite the same way. If your eyebrows can't do that scrunchy uh-oh thing, anxiety might get dulled. It's like muting your emotional radio by unplugging the speakers. Some studies even show that people with Botox take longer to read emotional expressions in others because they're not physically mirroring the faces they see. So yeah, Botox might smooth your forehead, but it also kind of smooths your emotional range, like going from full symphony to elevator music. In conclusion, your facial muscles aren't just for flirting or scowling at toddlers in restaurants. They are literal emotional feedback devices. Paralyze them, and your feelings might just ghost you. Number 5. The crying reflex that makes no sense tears, humanity's most dramatic fluid. And while crying during up or the third week of finals might make emotional sense, here's the twist. Your face can make you cry without your permission, and sometimes for no good reason at all. You can thank the facial nerve for that little betrayal. It's the one controlling your tear glands, among other things, and when it gets irritated, misfires, or just decides to have a weird day, you might end up leaking from your eyes like a broken faucet. Ever had a random teardrop roll down your cheek while you're not even sad? Maybe you're eating spicy food, yawning aggressively, or you just stepped into the wind like a moody music video. That's not emotional release. That's your lacrimal gland going rogue. Even weirder, there's something called crocodile tears syndrome, a real condition where people cry when they eat. Why? Because the facial nerve got rewired after injury or surgery, so signals meant for saliva accidentally go to the tear ducts. So now your face thinks lunch is a tragedy. Basically, your nerves are like a group chat where someone's always responding to the wrong message. And let's not forget, crying doesn't just express emotion, it creates it. Once your eyes start flooding, your brain says, "Oh no, we must be very upset," and starts playing a sad soundtrack in your head. So a physical leak from your face can actually cause emotional waves. The next time someone says stop crying, remember, you didn't start it, your face did. Number 6. Your eyebrows are emotion gremlins. Eyebrows, furry punctuation marks for your face. They're small, they're judgy, and they're somehow responsible for about 90% of your visible emotions. Here's the fun part. When your eyebrows move, they're not just helping you win arguments or express, "I'm silently judging you." They're actually triggering neural feedback that affects your mood. Like tiny antennae for your feelings. When you raise them, your eyes open wider, your forehead stretches, and your brain interprets that as alertness or even surprise. Lower them too far? Suddenly, you're in threat mode. Focused, tense, maybe a little murdery. All because 2 strips of face fur decided to change altitude. Researchers have found that forcing your eyebrows into certain positions can literally influence how you feel. It's like mood origami using only your forehead. Even worse, other people's eyebrows can hijack your emotional state. Walk into a room where someone has their brows locked in permanent resting disappointment face. Your facial nerves go, "Oh no, they're judging us," and start pumping you full of insecurity. Your eyebrows are emotional influencers, and they didn't even ask for permission. No brand deals, no contracts, just vibes. Number 7. The facial chill button you didn't know existed. This one sounds like witchcraft, but it's not. It's science with a beach towel. Turns out there's a spot on your face that, when stimulated, can literally calm your entire nervous system. No meditation, no crystals, just a little cold and a well-placed nerve. It's called the mammalian diving reflex, and here's how it works. Splash cold water on your face, especially around the nose and eyes, and your body goes, "Ah, must be underwater now. Time to survive." Heart rate slows. Blood pressure drops. Your body enters a chill mode designed for oxygen conservation, like a built-in scuba mode for your soul. This reflex is so powerful, people with panic attacks are sometimes told to dunk their faces in cold water or press a cold pack over their eyes. It's like rebooting your emotional software with an ice cube. And yes, the trigeminal nerve is involved, because of course it is. It's the nerve equivalent of that coworker who's involved in every group project even when no one asked. So next time your emotions are doing cartwheels, skip the inspirational quotes and splash your face like you're prepping for an Olympic dive. Your facial nerves are just waiting for an excuse to chill you out.